Hello, welcome to another video where we attempt to go to sleep, but we succeed. You remember all the attempts you've done before where you did not succeed? This time you will succeed, because we are going to be reading about Apollo. Greek mythology. You know Greek mythology? Very good. Listen to this. Apollo was the most beautiful of the gods. His hair was dark gold, his eyes stormy blue. He wore a tunic of golden panther skin, carried his golden bow, and wore a quiver of golden arrows. His chariot was beaten gold. Everything was gold with the sky, yeah? Its horses were white with golden names, white with golden names and flame-colored eyes. Amazing. He was god of the sun always. This is why he's called, obviously. Later he became patron of music, poetry, mathematics, and medicine. And later, when he was a mature god, he preached moderation. So he liked moderation, obviously. He bade his worshippers to look first into their own hearts and find there the beginnings of wisdom, and to conduct themselves prudently in all things. But in his youth he did many cruel and wanton deeds. Wanton, like wonton soup. Several times he was almost expelled from the company of the gods by Zeus, whom he had angered with his wild folly. So he angered Zeus, I can relate. As soon as he was given his bow and arrows, he raced down from Olympus to hunt the python who had hunted his mother. Dryads, who are tattletales, told him he could find his enemy at Mount Parnassus. Where is this Mount Parnassus? So he went to Mount Parnassus. There he sped. As he stood on a hill, he saw the great serpent weaving its dusty coils far below. He notched an arrow through his bow and let it fly. It darted like light. He saw it strike, saw the huge coils flare in agony. Shouting with savage glee, he raced down the slope. But when he got there, he found the serpent gone. So did he kill the serpent or no, Habibi? It had left a trail of blood which he followed of the oracle of Mother Earth at Delphi. This sounds like Harry Potter to me. Python was hiding in a cave where he could not be followed. Apollo breathed on his arrowheads and shot them into the cave as fast as he could. They broke into flames when they hit. Smoke filled the cave and the serpent had to crawl out. Apollo, standing on a rock, shot him. So full of arrows, he looked like a porcupine. Ya haram, he skinned the great snake and saved the hide for a gift. He succeeded in killing the snake, good for him. Now it was the sacred place where he had done his killing. Here lived the oracles of Mother Earth, whom the gods themselves consulted. They were priestesses, trained from infancy. They chewed laurel, built fire from magic herbs, and sat in the smoke, which threw them into a trance wherein they saw and told in riddles who was to come. Knowing that he had already violated a shrine, Apollo thought he might as well make his deed as large as possible. Yalla, might as well, Habibi, YOLO. And claimed the oracles for his own, bidding them to prophesy in his name. When Mother Earth complained to Zeus about the killing of her python, Apollo smoothly promised to make amends. Apollo is little clever, yes? He instituted annual games at Delphi in celebration of his victory, and these he graciously named after his enemy, calling them the Pythian Games, and he named the oracles Pythonesses. That's a good name, Pythonesses. Less excusable was Apollo's treatment of a satyr named Marsyas. That name is more horrible. This happy fellow had the misfortune to be an excellent musician. Yeah, unfortunately, unlike my son. a realm Apollo considered his own. Because Apollo knows music, we know this, and where he would brook no rivalry. Hearing the satyr praised too often, Apollo invited him to a contest. The winner was to choose a penalty to which the loser would have to submit, and the muses were to judge. So Marsyas played his flute, and Apollo played his lyre. They played exquisitely. The muses could not choose between them. Then Apollo shouted, "Now you must turn your instrument upside down and play and sing at the same time. That is the rule." Apollo making up rules on his own, yeah? I go first. Thereupon the god turned his lyre upside down and played and sang a hymn praising the gods, and especially their beautiful daughters, the muses. My dude is a bit creepy, yeah? But you cannot play a flute upside down and certainly cannot sing while playing it. So Marsyas was declared the loser. I think what we get from this story is Apollo was a piece of shit. There is no way behind it. There is no way around it. So if you want to be not a piece of shit, be less like Apollo. Unfortunately, my son decided to be Apollo. I hope this helped you fall asleep. I will see you next time.